ARHartie, blogger and joy strategist from chasing-joy.com, and I am back with another video of my TTC journey for baby number 2 as a single mom by choice. This video is my ERA video. So, super quick recap for anyone who's brand new. I decided to become a single mom by choice now 6 years ago. I'd always wanted to be a mom, hadn't met my Mr. Right, or my Mr. Joy Chaser as I call him. And my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and it kind of lit a fire under me in a way. It just showed me how short life is, and you gotta like pursue the things that you want, right? So little did I know I was gonna have fertility issues. So it took me 2.5 years to get pregnant with my first child, who I call Baby Joy Chaser. And I got diagnosed with unexplained infertility, meaning they couldn't find an actual reason. I do have luteal phase defect, meaning I don't produce enough progesterone at the end of the cycle. So, I have to take additional progesterone. But other than that, they didn't find anything else wrong. So 2.5 years later, I have a son as from success with IVF. He was my third transfer. I had 5 embryos in total. So I have 2 embryos left. And so now my son just turned 3 and I am trying for baby number 2. I am 41. I just turned 41 this year. So this is like preliminary work. This isn't an actual cycle. This is the end of a mock cycle. I can't talk today. Where we did all the steps as if it was going to be a real embryo transfer. So taking birth control in the beginning to quiet my own hormones, then estrogen priming, followed by progesterone injections. And now today is the ERA. So instead of coming to have an embryo put in, they're actually going to take a sample of my uterine lining and test it for, I don't know the technical term, but test the uterine lining to see if it's receptive or would be ready to receive an embryo. So that way, when I do the real cycle, we'll know exactly how many days of progesterone I need. So I'm about to go in for that. So I had an ERA before, and then I was success with my third embryo transfer with my son. That ERA showed I needed 12 additional hours of progesterone, which I achieved by switching my injections from at night to in the morning. The process is different this time. Before, I had to go do an ERA 2 days in a row. And I remember after the first day, it was so awful. It was so painful that I had major anxiety about doing the test again. And the first day, they had me do a urine pregnancy test just to double check, make sure I wasn't pregnant before they went in scraping on your uterine lining. And so when I did the ERA, my bladder was empty. Now the second day, they didn't have me do the pregnancy test. And so my bladder was not empty and my ERA was a lot less painful the second day. I can't say for sure it's because of my bladder not being empty, but I will say this time around, I'm being proactive. I've been drinking this, just some water with Crystal Light. I'm going to finish the rest of this right now before I go in there. I also have taken both acetaminophen, which is, Tylenol, and I have some extra strength ibuprofen there that I took as well, because you can. Now listen, I'm not a doctor, so don't nobody say Arlette said you can do this and do something that hurts you. But I know that you can take both ibuprofen and Tylenol because they work differently in your body. So I just took both. I don't like pain. I had epidural with my son. I don't have any tattoos. Like, I do not like pain. So, and I have a pretty decent tolerance, but still, the ERA was not pleasant. So I took those about 10-15 minutes ago while en route. And I don't know, let's see if I can see. I have to go in a couple minutes for my appointment. So I'm hoping by the time I'm actually on the table, those painkillers will have kicked in some. And hope it goes pretty fast. And if they have me do a urine blood test, I'm just going to try to pee the teeniest amount and keep pee in my bladder. I know that sounds gross, but hey, all this baby making stuff is pretty gross if you think about it. So about to go in for the ERA, and I will let you guys know how it went in probably about a half hour for me, few seconds for you guys. All right, be back. Okay guys, I survived. The ERA really sucks. Sorry. It's definitely the second worst fertility related exam ever. The only thing worse is the test to see if your tubes are open, which I can't think of what it's called right now. That was worse. That one I actually thought I was going to start screaming. This one, there was no thought of screaming, but extremely uncomfortable and some pain, but only for maybe like 2 to 3, maybe I might say 3 minutes, but I'm probably exaggerating. Pretty quick, but it definitely sucks. So I requested a progesterone draw, so I'm gonna, just to make sure while we're testing stuff that we testing everything that we can. So go do my blood draw, and then I have to wait. He said it takes 7 to 10 days to get the results back. So that's, another couple weeks of me really trying to focus on my weight loss so that we can figure out when to try a real transfer. So I survived. It sucks though, but I survived. And yeah, that's it for now. I guess the next video, TTC related, will probably be the results of the ERA. Okay, bye. Hey everybody, so picking up the ERA video where I left off. So I did the ERA on April 29th. By the way, obviously all my videos are delayed. I've mentioned that before. Same as like when I was trying for Baby Joy Chaser. So I did the ERA on April 29th. On May 11th, I got my results. So it was about 10 days later. And actually, no, that's like 12 days later. And the results were the same as last time. I need an additional 12 hours of progesterone. And then my nurse left a more detailed message this time. By the way, that's Baby Joy Chaser singing in the shower that you hear right now. Her message was detailed, so I actually learned something. So she said that I needed an additional 12 hours of progesterone, which is the same as last time I had an ERA. But then she went on to say so that my body needs, instead of the typical protocol, which is 124 hours of progesterone plus or minus 3 hours, I would need 136 hours of progesterone plus or minus 3 hours. So that was interesting to me because I didn't know how many hours was the typical protocol. Because my first 2 embryo transfers, they didn't tell me a time to start taking my progesterone. They didn't tell me, even with the third one that resulted in Baby Joy Chaser, a time. They just said, I told them I was taking my shot at night, and they said, oh, switch to the morning. That'll give you the extra 12 hours. So to actually find out that they have a protocol of 124 hours typically was brand new news to me. So I don't know if you guys knew that that's like a typical progesterone protocol. But anyway, so I need 136 plus or minus 3 to try for the next baby when I put in embryo transfer. So that's pretty much it. That's the end of the mock transfer, all the testing. So we have all the information we need to get started on an official cycle. The only thing holding us up is me. I still have weight to lose. I've been struggling with it. It's been a stressful 2 months, April and May. The end of March, April, and the beginning of May have been kicking my butt, and I have not been handling it well. Lots of emotional eating on my end, so I've kind of plateaued. So I'm trying to get it together, but basically we have all the info that we need to give my 2 remaining embryos the best possible shot. So I'm going to keep working on getting this BMI down again to give them the best shot at giving me a baby number 2. So anyway, that's how it went with the ERA. Got my info. I'm glad I did the ERA. Even though it told me the same information as last time, I feel more confident going into it. And that's that. Thanks for watching, and prayers for me, please, that I can stay the course with this weight loss and get officially on the road to trying for real for the second baby. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.